It only comes around every 20 years after months of listening to you, the voters, on how to improve our state constitution. The list of what you'll be voting on is finally set. You can vote to change Florida's constitution. So how did we get to this point? Florida's constitution is open to change in a rare citizen-based process every 2 decades. Florida has a Constitution Revision Commission. The CRC is made up of 37 members and takes in input on how to change the Constitution. Florida is the only state in the country that has this unique path to legislation. But as 10 News reporter Josh Shadorowitz explains, critics are calling foul on a decision to pair up some proposals, meaning you might be forced to vote for something you don't even support if it's lumped in with something you do.
So much time has been spent on this, but not everyone feels it was time well spent. And here is why. When you get your ballot in November, you will see 8 constitutional amendments from the CRC. But hidden in those 8 are actually about 20 different issues. For example, say you support requiring civic literacy in our schools. Great. Well, then you'd also have to support placing term limits on our school board members and allowing the state to supervise charter schools instead of the local school boards, which do it now. That is all in one proposal. You either vote for all 3 or none. And there are several others like that. One commissioner here described it as log rolling.
Does the grouping fairly inform the voters as to what it is that they're voting for? Or does it mislead? And I submit to you that by grouping, what we have done, by bundling different proposals together, we have undermined the work that we have undertaken.
I'm sorry, I don't like this notion that we're talking about undermining a process that we are allowed to do.
You may not believe it's the right thing to do, but he is right. What they've done is allowed. While there is this thing called a single subject requirement, it applies only to constitutional amendments from our legislature or citizen-led ballot initiatives, not the CRC. 20 years ago, this same thing happened. A lot of proposals were paired up and nearly all passed. Chairman of the commission, Carlos Baruf, a Bradenton developer and Governor Scott's appointee, never got back to me Sunday night when I asked him what the rationale was for these pairings. As for whether all of this was just a big waste of time, as some have suggested, well, we'll have to wait until November and then just maybe another 20 years after that until the next time the commission convenes to find out.
Each proposal needs 60% approval to pass. As for who makes up the Constitution Revision Commission, 10 News uncovered the commission is made up of at least 31 Republicans and 3 Democrats. For 3 of the commissioners, 10 News was not able to verify their political affiliation.